Zdravstvуй. That's Bulgarian for hello. And I'm in Melnik, which is the heart of the Bulgarian wine growing region and home to the favourite tipple of none other than Winston Churchill. We're going to visit vineyards, walk through the beautiful Melnik Pyramids and experience this charming small town. I've decided to go for a little hike and I'm going to try to find a monastery which is about an hour away, and it should give me a good view of the Melnik Pyramids as well. I think one of the things that's striking already is that the Melnik Pyramids, by the way, that's basically the cliffs behind me, look quite different in the morning light to the evening light. So anyhow, it's now 9:15. Let's see how long it takes me to get to the monastery and what the views are like. Let's go. Absolutely stunning view, and there is clear signage to Melnik, the Rozhen Monastery, but you need to have some knowledge of the Cyrillic alphabet in order to understand that that's what it's indicating. I must admit, I never expected to see chalk cliffs like this in Bulgaria, quite unlike anything I've seen elsewhere in Europe, and it's only, 2.5 hour flight from London, shorter from Germany and France. Just had a moment where it wasn't very clear where the path went and there was no signage, but I'm using Google Maps as a backup, which is actually quite handy, and there's probably some Bulgarian app that I haven't found yet which gives walks through the countryside. But I tell you what, it's worth it for the view, and I really am here completely alone on my own. There are no other tourists, no locals even walking around. You wonder how old these walls are. And it almost looks like the path has come to an end, and I'm not particularly agile at getting over obstacles like that, but the path does go on, so hopefully there's a way. I shall try over here on the side, and also once again enjoy the splendour of the region. I recently took a long time recovering from a broken foot, so my wife, when she watches this film, is not going to be best pleased. But I've got to the other part of the path, thank goodness. And on we go. Straight on, I think. Really enjoyable. Not too tiring, no steep inclines yet. Basically follow the green band on the white background and you won't go far wrong. I've just been up quite a tricky uphill slope which wasn't easy to navigate at all, so I hope it won't be too much more difficult as we go forward, but I think I'm going to change my advice to being reasonably fit to get up this path, because that bit was difficult. I didn't film it because I was concentrating on making sure that I didn't fall and that I got to the top. But you can see what it's like just ahead of me. Not too bad, easier than the bit I've just done, but definitely we've got upward slopes now as we approach the last third of the walk. You have to be really careful because there is the potential for falls almost everywhere, no barriers. Well, I think we can see now that we have climbed quite a long way up, in fact. It's definitely worth the pain and the challenge for views like this. Normally I wouldn't leave my shadow in the pictures, but this is just to give you an idea of how crazy the perspective is. And to prove that they're not stock images that I really got here. Wow, 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 wow. It doesn't get any easier, but thankfully I think I'm only about 10 minutes away now. Hello. I've never been more grateful to reach a monastery, so most appreciative to anybody up there looking after me. That was a tough walk, and just towards the end of the walk I met two Swedish people who told me that at breakfast this morning they'd been told the walk was too treacherous, so they didn't undertake it, and they took a car from Melnik. Very wise. If you are staying in Melnik, the first 2/3 of the walk is easy and you'll get amazing views of the Melnik Pyramids, but the last third is really, really hard and treacherous, and I wouldn't do it if you don't know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing, so I should not have done it, to be honest. Looking at my watch, took me about an hour and a half. According to Google Maps, it should have taken me about an hour and a quarter, so despite the challenges, I did make it in good time. So pretty good value, it's extremely spacious, all the facilities you would want.
The hotel also shelters the local Melnik Wine Museum, and hotel manager Plarman is more than happy to give hotel guests a free tour and tasting.
This wine, love from Mr.
Winston
Churchill.
Churchill, loved it, yes? Yeah. 2 barrels every year. There is Sir Winston, the great British Prime Minister, whose favourite red wine was Melnik. So now, in honour of Sir Winston Churchill, I suspect that Churchill probably liked it because I imagine it went very well with his cigars as well. So Winston, you have fine taste. The traditional Bulgarian architecture just makes this setting even more beautiful. Calm, peaceful. The Kordopulov House, worth visiting apparently. Ticket to enter the house costs 6 liev, which is about £2.50. Well, I'm really going to have to dip my head to get through this door. Just made it through the door, and it brings me into the chapel. It's a truly stunning house. It's a little bit like a National Trust property or English heritage back in the UK. We're now on the terrace of the house, and the lower area with the small cobblestones is supposed to represent a map of revolutionary Bulgaria with the sundial at her heart, no doubt Sofia, and the green tree in the corner, which I imagine has been replanted many times, representing Melnik, so close to the border with Greece and in former times the Ottoman Empire.
Fortified by wine, the Bulgarian revivalist architecture and the limestone cliffs are having a surreal effect on my imagination. This is the perfect place for lovely souvenirs. Wine, of course, hand-painted kitchenware,
Najdobrata mama?
Yes.
Wonderful mother?
Yes.
Very good.
and this wonderful shop with fine ceramics and handicrafts to fit your budget. Look at this delightful plate.
Това е моята душа.
This is my soul.
Ah, that's nice. This is your soul.
The quiet spirit, yes, the soul of Melnik really sweeps you along, and we're just touching the surface. On to more vineyards tomorrow.
Please like this film, subscribe to the channel, and why not ding that bell for notifications. Bye!